A new revolution in Egypt as President Mohamed Morsi is forced out of office. Hello, I'm Elaine Reyes with a special edition of Biz Asia America. Just a few hours ago, the head of the Egyptian army announced the Chief Justice will temporarily serve as president to oversee what he called an interim period ahead of fresh elections. Let's take a live look at Tahrir Square in Cairo. The army also announced that the constitution has been suspended. The announcement was made during an address on television after talks between Egypt's army, opposition politicians, and religious leaders. Morsi has released a statement on his Facebook page calling the army's actions a coup d'etat. He's reportedly being held at a Republican Guard barracks in Cairo, although it is not clear whether he is under arrest. Let's go straight now to CCTV's Adel El Mahrouky live in Cairo with the very latest. Adel.
Well, and then we know so far that the army is trying to maintain a strong fist over all security of the country. They're managing to keep violence from happening. They have shut down some channels belonging to the Islamic Extreme, where leaders of the Islamic Extreme have been going on air, inciting violence or inciting taking the right with their own hands. This, of course, is an announcement from the security forces, and they're still trying to maintain every possible leakage, if I may use the word, where violence or unrest could come from. The army is trying to display that it is controlling the country, and it will proceed peacefully with the talks and the reconciliation talks for the country. And tomorrow morning, in a few hours from now, the new president, the chief of the Supreme Court, will be inaugurated to officially be a transit president for the country.
We hope to achieve a national dialogue that would end the violence and secure stability for the Egyptian people. But the statement by the president last night, which was broadcast before the 48 hours deadline, was not responsive to the demands of the people. And this has forced the armed forces to hold talks with national and political figures, as well as the youth. During the talks, the attendees agreed on a roadmap which included initial measures aimed at building a strong and united Egyptian society and ending the violence and the conflict in the country.
This is basically the beginning of the transition in Egypt. It seems so far that there is a consensus from many political parties and many religious streams as well in the country to proceed with the army plan. And they have been going on with talks for hours yesterday, trying to pave the road for a new Egypt. And still democracy is the target, despite the actions that has happened. The army said it was alarmed before by inviting the president for dialogue, and all political sects have accepted except for the Egyptian presidency. So the army will take it. It promises it will not lead the country, it will not rule the country, and it does not want to be involved in politics.
The
roadmap that was put in place today is for the correction of the path of the January 25th revolution and in response to the demands of the great Egyptian people. The roadmap guarantees the achievement of the main demand for early presidential elections through a transitional period in which the Constitution will be amended to a Constitution that will reserve our democratic rights.
Mr. Al-Baradei, have you heard him, is one of the leading reformists here in Egypt. He has been leading the talks with the army along with new youth members who have formed, and they were the initiators of the rebellion campaign, the campaign that ignited this new revolution in Egypt. They are all working together with the Salafi movement, the second largest political party in Egypt, and there seemed to be a new consensus to a roadmap in Egypt, the details of which, however, will be announced after the inauguration in a few hours.
All right, CCTV's Adel El Mahrouky reporting live from Cairo. Thank you for that report.